This is Dr. Lee Walters describing a Pan Am Flight 895, which is crash landing at San Francisco Airport on July 30th, 1971. I was a new flight surgeon at the base and had just arrived an hour before this crash landing. The right starboard landing gear was not functioning and the hydraulics were poorly functioning. As you can see, the plane took a big hit and actually bounced as it landed. Smoke began pouring from the plane, black smoke from a wheel that was on fire. This is a halo section of our helicopter approaching the 747 as it landed. As it landed, it skidded off the runway and tilted backwards. This is the first time in the history of a 747 that it actually teeter-tottered and fell back on the tail section. This meant that the pilot's window was approximately 3.5 stories off the ground. This is our helicopter approaching the plane, where Corpsman Dave Thompson and myself, as well as the crewman and Lieutenant Jones, the pilot, came down to try and help and triage for the crash. As you can see, our helicopter was an HH-52A, and we landed about 800 feet from the tilted plane. When the plane landed, the emergency chutes did not reach the ground because of the height of the plane off the ground, and many passengers were hurt by coming down almost vertically in the chutes. It was a windy day and a lot of the chutes were blowing like a child's toy. There were hundreds of people on the ground, including newspapermen, firemen, rescue workers, and of course the Coast Guard. It's hard to see people coming down because some of these shots were taken later, but people were hurt as they came onto the tarmac, including fractured hips, head injuries, sprained ankles, compression fractures, and other injuries, which took them to the hospital via ambulance and helicopter. This was indeed an unusual first day for me, and if you're interested in the details, please obtain the book, which is called Rescues from the Sky, and details my 2 years from 1971 to 1973 at U.S. Coast Guard Air Station, San Francisco.